Support.
The maestro, please.
Last pop analysis of the summer. Today we're going to be looking at Super Freaky Girl by Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Been a long while since we talked about Nicki Minaj. She was in one of the first pop analyses we ever did.
It's the new style with the fresh type of flow.
Since said collaboration, she has gotten a number of other high-profile collaborations under her belt, such as
Watch your man, then you should watch your mouth. Bitches is pressed, administer mouth to mouth.
And
even your man know Nicki's do it better.
Background.
Super Freaky Girl was released on August 12th of 2022 and charted just 2 weeks later at number 1. It is off of her upcoming 5th studio album, which both has its name and release date yet to be announced. In addition to the original version, she released a remix 1 week later, an extended version that features her alter ego, Roman Zelensky.
F-R-E-K, I'm a movie, I should be on replay. I'm trying to F-U-C-K, he got pictures of my
In case the title didn't tip you off, this song extensively samples
Super freak, she's a very special girl.
The music itself also doesn't try to hide it. The entire intro is a sample.
It's alright, that girl's alright with me. Yeah, she's alright, that girl's alright with me. Yeah.
As well as the entire beat it's based off of.
F-R-E-A-K, F-R-E-A-K.
Due to its extensive use, both Alonzo Miller and obviously Rick James himself are credited. In addition, while it's not literally a sample, Nicki Minaj does make a reference to
I'm a boss ass bitch, 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 bitch. I'm a boss ass.
Yo.
She straight up repeats a line from the song in the very beginning of her second verse.
What the fuck, this ain't Chanel, nigga, custom down? Like, what the fuck, this ain't Burberry custom brown? Cause what the fuck, this ain't Chanel, nigga, custom down? What the fuck, I ain't smoking hot, bust me down?
Considering that Nicki Minaj is just quoting herself, obviously there were no additional credits needed. Speaking of credits, on this song, in addition to Nicki Minaj, we have Dr. Luke, Aaron Joseph, Malibu Baby, and U-Tern. Dr. Luke is probably one of the more infamous producers in the pop music industry right now, having worked on some more recent hits such as
Why that you hadn't known it? Why don't you say so? Didn't even know.
but going all the way back to
Tick-tock on the clock, but the party don't stop, no.
and bringing up Kesha at this point is actually quite relevant given what Dr. Luke is more often known for these days. Moving on to less controversial figures, we have Aaron Joseph, whose biggest hit that he's worked on would be
I can't play that song cause it reminds me of you. I can't watch that show cause it reminds me of you.
given this is a cover of a song that he originally worked on, oddly enough, alongside Dr. Luke.
I can't play that song cause it reminds me of you. I can't watch that show cause it reminds me of you.
We then have Lauren Miller, aka Malibu Baby, an artist in her own right, but she does have some recent pop credits to her name in addition to this one.
I'm her. She.
Finally, we have U-Tern, better known as Vaughn Oliver, and originally of the DJ duo Oliver. His biggest credit, of course, would be
Bad bitch, I could be a fantasy. I could tell you got big D energy. It ain't too many niggas that can handle.
Super Freaky Girl is released jointly by Young Money and Republic.
Form.
Super Freaky Girl is listed as both a pop rap and a dirty rap song, is 2 minutes 50 seconds, is an A minor, and 133 beats per minute. We start off the song with the Rick James sample.
It's alright, that girl's alright.
Before moving directly into the first pre-chorus,
I can lick it, I can ride it while you slipping and sliding. I can do.
which is then followed by the first chorus.
He wanna F-R-E-A-K. AK.
Only then do we get the first verse.
One thing about me, I'm the baddest alive. He know the
Followed by the second pre-chorus.
and do all them little tricks and keep the dick up inside it.
And then the second chorus.
AK, AK, AK. AK.
We then get a much more complex verse 2.
Roll up. Fuck boys, ain't no need for you to roll up. Ain't no need for you to double tap, nigga scroll up.
A very short bridge, which you could argue is just part of the second verse.
Freak. Freak. Some gala.
A final pre-chorus.
Every time he leave me alone, he always tell me he miss it. He wanna
And then obviously a final chorus, which ends the song.
Sample.
Almost the entirety of the beat is based around the Super Freak sample. In fact, when it opens up, we get the chords that you would normally hear in the middle of Super Freak. Those chords being A minor over C, F major over A, and E major over G sharp. Given the more well-known part of the song comes directly after that. We have that synth line up top going B to C and then G to A, and below it we have that G major over B going to A minor over C, which it then repeats later, then doing a G major over D this time, before going back to the A minor over C. Of course, we don't get the full sample until later with that iconic bass line, that descending line going D all the way down to A.
Bass.
The only part of the beat minus the drums that's not explicitly based off of the Super Freak sample, starting off with that low D before jumping up to C and then dropping down to A. The following bar then has it hitting a B before going back up to that A, which it then repeats. The bass never really changes throughout the entirety of the song. The only alteration we ever get is in the last bar sometimes. It's still going B to A, but the rhythm has changed and it's now 2 Bs before that A.
Hey, you gave me one, I they kiss. Hold up.
Intro.
The intro, as stated before, is really just Super Freak, so at this point we're just analyzing Super Freak. Regardless, the supporting vocals do these lovely climbing chords, F major, G major, A minor, all in first inversion, with Rick James up top, going back and forth, initially just between A and G, but then has these lovely melismas the rest of the way out.
It's alright, that girl's alright with me.
As the intro continues, the backup vocals do drop out and we just have Rick James saying yeah before we get those hays at the end.
Hey, girl, I can.
Pre-chorus.
Moving on to Nicki Minaj herself, the first phrase of the pre-chorus is almost just entirely eighth notes.
Hey, girl, I can lick it, I can ride it while you slipping and sliding. I can do all them little tricks and keep the dick up inside it.
This trend then continues for the rest of the pre-chorus, which is also just entirely eighth notes.
You can smack it, you can grip it, you can go down and kiss it. And every time he leave me alone, he always tell me he miss it.
Chorus.
The chorus does switch things up a bit, not nearly as many eighth notes, and in fact everything is quite spread out. It is just her spelling the word freak for the most part, but we do have some supporting vocals below it saying freaky girl.
He wanna F-R-E-A-K, F-R-E-A-K.
She does just essentially repeat it with some more AK eighth notes, and we also have that one high-pitched girl in there as well.
A-K, 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 E-A-K, F-R-E-A-K.
Verse.
Once we get into the actual meat of the song, Nicki Minaj really does just kind of put out more eighth notes.
One thing about me, I'm the baddest alive. He know the prettiest bitch didn't come until I arrived.
Given in true Nicki Minaj style, those eighth notes do have quite the bit of inflection to them.
I don't let bitches get to me, I fuck they man if they try. I got a princess face, a killer body, samurai mind.
Additionally, we do get some ad-libs underneath that main line occasionally.
They can't be Nicki, they so stupid, I just laugh when they try. A thong bikini up my ass, I think I'll go for a dive.
But for the most part, and just like the pre-chorus, this flow is pretty much just all eighth notes.
His ex This bitch went up against me, but she didn't survive. On applications, I write pressure, cause that's what I apply.
While the flow isn't too complicated, it does very much bring attention to the actual lyrics themselves, though.
Pressure apply, can't fuck a regular guy. Wetter than umbrellas and stickier than apple pie. I can.
Given once we get to the second verse, things change drastically.
What the fuck this ain't Chanel, nigga, custom down. Like what the fuck this ain't Burberry custom brown. He said, could you throw it back when you touch the ground? And he said, do that pussy purr. I said, yup, me out.
We've now switched from just eighth notes to a combination of eighths and many sixteenths, and even syncopation thrown in.
Hold up, fuck boys, ain't no need for you to roll up. Ain't no need for you to double tap, nigga, scroll up. Keep these bitches on their toes like Manola. Be on the lookout when I come through, bolo.
On the back half of the phrase, we do slow down a little bit, given we still have plenty of sixteenths along with the rest of these eighths and even some quarters.
Oh, wow, elegant bitch with a hoe glow. If it ain't big, then I won't blow. Any, money, mo.
And while the flow is more complex, there are a lot of rhythmic figures she does repeat.
Fuck is the T, I just F the G. Made him say, just ask Master P. Ball so hard, I just took a knee. Give me Rocky ASAP, nigga, worth the rate.
Bridge.
After the second verse, we do transition into this one phrase bridge, which is very spaced out and again focuses predominantly on those eighth notes.
Freak. Some gala freak, freak.
It's actually quite interesting. Given Nicki Minaj's prominence in both the rap and music industry, you'd think she'd actually have a lot more big hits, but a lot of her high-charting stuff was in collaboration with others. Yes, she has plenty of top 10s, but not that many number 1s, so it's actually quite fitting that she finally does get a number 1, and she does it in true Nicki Minaj fashion. I mean, she said it herself.
Gala freak. I can lick it, I can ride it while you slipping and sliding. I can do all them little tricks and keep the dick up inside it. You can smack it, you can grip it, you can go down and kiss it. And every time he leave me alone, he always tell me he miss it.
You know, I did mention this when I posted the sheet music in the Patreon, but this really was, at least in terms of the instrumental, more of a transcription of Super Freak than Super Freaky Girl.
He wanna F-R-E